Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Young here, and today I'm back in another Fortnite video. And in today's video, I wanted to be going over and making a full video on the aim assist when it comes to the new settings in Fortnite, because there is quite a big difference in the aim assist, and I want to fully cover that in this video and also explain how you can use that to your advantage and play the best you can and hit the most amount of shots possible, because with the new aim assist, it's really strong if you guys know how to use it. So I'm going to be covering everything in this video. And before we get into the video, I have a V-Buck giveaway. If you guys want a chance to win some free V-Bucks, all you guys have to do is to drop a like on the video. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel and also subscribe to my second channel. The link for that will be in the description or the pinned comment. Turn on my post notifications and as well comment down below your Xbox gamer tag, your PSN gamer tag, or Epic account. And as well, if you guys would like to support me in the item shop, all you guys have to do is go over to the item shop, go down to support a creator, type in my code is Young Humor, and you guys will have me added and supported as a creator. I really do appreciate all you guys who do add me. And alright guys, let's go right to the video. So here in this video, I wanted to be talking about the aim assist update that they released to the game, and I wanted to explain exactly how to hit the most amount of shots possible after this update, because this aim assist update is very strong. I feel like it can be very good, and most players should be pretty happy about this update. But I do have one big concern, which I will I'll talk about in this video. But as far as the update when it came out with all the new settings in, and the update to aim assist, I thought it was really good. There is a lot of pros when it comes to this, so I want to talk about it right now. So as you can see, when you are close enough to the target, you are going to see that the target is going to be highlighted red, or your crosshair is actually going to be red. And what this means is there's going to be no bullet drop off from that distance. And if you are to back up, like on this player, you can see that it's going to be white. And if your crosshair is white on your target, then that means that there's going to be a bullet drop off. So if your target's red, if your crosshair is red, then there's going to be no bullet drop off whatsoever. And this is very helpful because you can clearly see if there's going to be any bullet drop off, so you know exactly how much damage you're going to be hitting for. Unless you're talking about those really far distances, then it's going to be hard to judge, because I mean you're obviously going to get a lot less. But if the target is within range, you do have a really good idea on how much damage you're going to be able to do. And I think it's very helpful because you can clearly see your target a lot easier. And then of course, like I said, from distance it's going to be white, so you can tell. And that's kind of like an added bonus. I don't think it's the biggest deal. It's kind of like a little, added bonus, like I said, but it's not like the biggest deal breaker. What the thing is that's really good is once you ADS now, they actually make it so you can see further. So your zoom, so when you ADS, you can see further than what it was before. And you guys can see this if you ever did try out the old settings and then look at the new settings. On the new ones, you guys will clearly see that you're able to see quite a bit further and a lot more clear when you are ADSing. So this is going to be huge for a lot of reasons. And of course, the first one being when it comes to those long range fights, because if you are trying to aim or shoot at a player that's a little bit in the distance, I mean, not like crazy far like sniper distance, but I mean like if they're a decent distance away where they are a little bit harder to see normally, what's going to happen is it's going to be a lot easier, and the target that you're seeing, the person that you're looking at, is going to be a lot clearer than they were before, which means it's going to be a lot easier to line up your target. So you're basically, it's like shooting at a player from a lesser distance, because you're going to have a very easier time because the other player is going to be bigger on your screen. So that is a huge bonus when it comes to those range fights. So when it comes to AR, that could be a huge deal. And of course, if you guys read the patch notes, you guys already know they took out the L2 spam, so you can't just constantly spam L2, which I used to do when it comes to those distance fights, because when you have a guy that's across the map, it's very hard to line. I mean, you have your first shot you can hit, but after that, it's very hard because the target's going to be moving, and they are from a very long distance away. So it is a little bit more challenging. But after this update, I actually really like it a lot, because I really don't even need to L2 spam, because I can see the target very clearly. And before these clips, I actually was playing a little bit more Zone Wars with a few friends, and when I was playing Zone Wars, one thing that I noticed is I felt like I was hitting way more shots than I'm used to, especially with the assault rifle when it came to longer distance shots. I was hitting basically every single shot, and this really is a huge deal, because when it comes to distance, like I said, the target's a lot bigger, but that also means your reticle, or not your reticle, but your crosshair is going to be a little bit bigger as well, meaning that it's going to be even easier to line up your shots and hit consistent shots in a row, meaning that you don't really need to use L2 spam at all anyways. And since it's come out of the game, it really doesn't make that much of a difference because, like I said, you don't really need it that much. So overall, this change is very, very good, and there's a lot of positives. And I think assault rifle aim is going to be probably the #1 focus that I'm going to be focusing on because it gives you such a huge boost when it comes to that range that I really want to use that and capitalize on it. Because when it comes to being good at Fortnite, winning a lot of gunfights, you want to play to your advantages, especially for controller players. And now after the new update, I feel like longer ranges, I would say medium with the SMG and longer ranges with the assault rifle are going to be very good for controller players. Are going to be able to hit a lot more shots and might even be able to out aim and outgun the PC players they're going against. So that's going to be a huge advantage for controller players. So I am going to be looking forward to taking those longer distance fights. And also when it comes to, because I talked about longer ranges, when it comes to closer ranges, you are ADSing. When it comes to shotgun, it really doesn't make that much of a difference anyway because the player is going to be very close. But if you're talking short distances with the SMG, I noticed a huge improvement because not even the players in front of you are bigger. They're just so much easier to see. And on top of that, I mean, I'm barely missing any shots at all with my SMG on the player that's in front of me. So after this update, I've been hitting a lot more shots. I'm sure a lot of you guys would agree with most of what I'm talking about in this video. But one downfall that I mentioned at the very beginning that I wanted to talk about is when it comes to the new settings, you don't actually have edit mode aim assist. I don't really know why. Maybe it's a glitch. I did talk about it in my settings video, but for some reason it's not in the game. And that one downfall for me is a pretty big deal breaker. And like I said, the aim assist is super OP. It's super nice, but that's the one thing you give up. I'm not really sure. I hope it's just a glitch and they're going to fix it and they're going to add edit mode aim assist when it comes to the new settings. But for some reason, you don't have it. And for me, when it comes to something like Zone Wars, when I need to go for a lot of quick edits, it is a big deal breaker. Maybe I'm just not used to having it off, but it really makes a huge difference when it comes to those quick edits. So in these clips where I'm playing Zone Wars, I wasn't using it just for that reason, because it would be so much harder for me to aim because I'm running around tunneling, making a bunch of windows, making a bunch of quick shots. So I need to be able to have edit mode aim assist on and being able to edit as fast as possible. So for me, that's a huge deal breaker. And for those of you guys who don't use it, it doesn't matter at all, because the only advantage that you have now is you have the new aim assist. That is really, really good because you don't have to worry about, because that was really the only problem I had with the new update with the settings. Everything else was really, really good. The only problem, like I said, edit mode aim assist isn't in the game if you're using the new settings, but the new settings are really good when it comes to having the exact sensitivity that you want, because you can align how much boost you want. And if you guys want to know my exact settings, I made a video just prior to this, so check it out. I have all the settings I am currently still using right now. Check it out. And as you can see, as I'm melting those players right there, if you guys want to have that kind of aim, definitely use the settings in that video, because I'm absolutely lasering these guys. My sensitivity, I feel like, is probably one of the best in the game. Of course, there's going to be a little bit better sense when it comes to building. You can have it a little bit higher, but personally, overall, when it comes to building, shooting, accuracy, and everything like that, I think my sensitivity is one of the best when it comes to, averaging out. It's not too fast to, I think anyone can control my sensitivity, because you have some sense that are just a little bit too high, because you can build and edit very fast, but when it comes to aiming, it's not as good. So for newer players who are really looking to improve their aim, or people who just don't have that good of aim, I feel like it's not going to be very good to use other people's sensitivities. So if you guys want to check out my sense, I made a video prior and fully explained the settings in that video. And these really were my first impressions when I first saw the new aim assist. And of course, with anything new, it does take a little bit of time to get used to and to be very, very good at. So at first use, when I was using it in a few games, I did notice one thing. I feel like a lot of you guys would as well. It just, to me, felt like the aim assist was higher when it comes to the new settings and the old settings. I could be wrong, but I feel like it was a little bit stronger, because of course you can see further, so it is easier to hit shots in that way. But I honestly feel like the aim assist is just a tad bit stronger in that sense. I could be wrong. Maybe Epic makes it the same, but I feel like the aim assist is just a little bit stronger and a little bit better in the new settings. So definitely give it a try. Let me know what you guys think of it. I think it's very, very OP. Only unfortunate thing is there's no edit mode aim assist, so you do have to keep that in mind. But overall, a very, very good thing. I feel like a lot of you guys are going to be improving your aim very fast with that, because there is so many more benefits and it's a lot easier to see your target than before. And with that being said, that's gonna wrap it up for this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you guys liked it, make sure you guys do drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, turn on my post notifications so you guys are notified for every single new video. And alright guys, I'll see you next video.